This is the plaintiff, John Williams III. He says he was hired to service 4 furnaces in the defendant's rental properties. He did a great job getting them to work efficiently, and now he's being stiffed. That's right, the defendant simply refusing to pay him the amount he's owed for parts and labor. He doesn't work for free for anyone, and is suing for the $725 he's owed. This is the defendant, Yolanda Jordan. She says she still has problems with 2 of the 4 furnaces the plaintiff says he fixed, and she had to hire someone else to make the repairs the right way. She's not about to pay the plaintiff for not fixing her furnaces because the guy obviously doesn't know what he's doing. She's accused of heating things up.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff was hired to service furnaces for the defendant's rental properties and got stiffed. She says he did a crappy job. It's the case of Feel the Burn.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, John Williams, you are suing Yolanda Jordan for $725 that you say she owes you in some repairs that you did for her and she refuses to repay. Tell me what's going on.
Well, Your Honor, work was done. I regret to have to bring this case to court because I thought she was an honorable person, and we've had, in the past few years, have had a good rapport. Situation is I did repairs for her in her presence and gave her the prices that I thought were discounted, and when she came to pay, there was no communication and no payment, so I had no choice but
Was she ignoring you, or was she saying, I'm not going to pay you?
Totally, that's the total ignoring, because I sent texts to her and got no response.
So what repairs did you do?
Okay, I originally had done servicing of her furnaces. She has 3. She then had other repairs that had to be done to 2 other furnaces.
What kind of repairs were those?
They were also heating repairs. She called me.
No, I know. What were the repairs?
Oh, replacing of a pressure troll, replacing of a pigtail pipe that goes under the pressure troll, and replacement of a thermostat.
Okay. And were all those on the same one or on 2 different ones?
2 different furnaces.
All right. And those 2 were old, correct?
Yes.
Like how old?
Between 20 and 30 years old.
Okay. Did you at any point tell her it's time for a new furnace?
No, because as long as the furnace is not cracked, it's still usable.
Okay.
But the repairs were made to the components on the furnace.
And when she would call you and tell, what would she tell you? That the furnace wasn't working at all?
At the time, it wasn't working because once.
All right. And then when you left, was the furnace working?
Yes.
Okay. According to him, you have a balance of $510, which is the family and friends discount. He's suing for $725 because he no longer wants to give you the family and friends discount because you're acting not like a friend or family. Or you might be acting exactly like friends and family, depending on who your friends and family are. All right, what's going on? Why won't you pay him?
Your Honor, there were problems with the furnaces after he did the work. They weren't operating correctly. I would get calls from my tenants telling me that they don't have heat at all, and I would call Mr. Williams, and he did come over to see what the problem was, but it was never resolved.
Well, I know that it was never resolved in a long term, but you started calling him in what month?
I believe it was January.
And the last time you called him was what month?
I believe it was January.
Is that accurate?
The last time was toward the end of December.
Okay, so what did you end up doing? I know you didn't pay him, you didn't finish paying him, and what did you do? Did you call somebody else in?
Yes.
And they told you need new furnaces, lady. They're 20-something years old.
Yes, it's
right?
a crack in
and
one
so
of
you
them.
ended up paying how much?
$5,800.
Right, for 2 new furnaces, right?
Yes.
Okay, but at the beginning you were putting Band-Aids on them, and he put the Band-Aids, and you're supposed to pay him for the Band-Aids, and why won't you pay him?
Because the furnaces were not operating correctly.
Okay, but when he would leave, the furnace was operating, right?
One time it was, but it would cut off during the night and then during the day. It wasn't operating correctly.
Now, here's where my problem lies. I got to make sure that you are, see, you keep calling him. So each time you call him, you agree you're going to pay him more. So it doesn't sound like you think that it's included in the original. You keep agreeing to pay $100 for this service call or this amount for whatever. and you pay the amounts. You pay part of the bill, and then you pay another part of the bill, and then you keep calling him. It isn't until you stop calling him that you stop calling him. You understand what I'm saying? So you end up, you're agreeing to pay these things, and what should excuse you from agreeing to pay them? When you say, well, he didn't fix it. Okay, that's what I expect from somebody who calls somebody up. The person comes and does a repair. You say, well, this isn't working, so I'm not going to call you again, and I don't owe you money. That's how I expect that to happen. But you keep calling him in to fix it in the short term. Why shouldn't you have to pay him for that?
Your Honor, I didn't keep calling him. I called him, I believe, twice, and then I didn't even know he was going to charge me to come back out and see what the problem is. So he charged me.
Can I see how you would bill her? Let me see your paperwork. Did you ever answer his text and say, look, I feel like I don't owe you this money because you did? Did you ever answer him or you just ignored him?
No, I didn't, Your Honor. I was very upset.
Well, I don't care how upset you are. You're an adult. He didn't break your heart and cheat on you. You could write back and say whatever you want to say or call back and say whatever you want to say. Okay, but this is all one piece of paper that you wrote something on. I want to see the bills that you...
The bills are based on, sir.
I'm
Your
sorry.
Honor.
Here's where the problem lies. I have you saying she agreed to each one, and typically a way someone proves that is to show the bill and show her signing it. Do you have that or you don't? We don't have any invoices. Did you mail her any invoices?
Your Honor, no.
Okay. And
because I had turned around and gave her verbally, this is what you owe me.
Did he do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how much did he tell you owed him?
I don't recall.
Okay. And the very last time he was there, did he do that?
I'm sorry?
The very last time he was there, did he look at you and say, okay, this adds X to the bill,
No,
this is
Your
what you
Honor.
owe me?
No,
well,
Your
what did
Honor.
he say the last time he was there?
So he offers her a friends and family discount. She doesn't pay. He sues. If he wins, does he only get the friends and family discount money or can he get the full price?
No, I mean, the work was only for half, so only half. I mean,
Only the friends and family.
Only the friends and family discount.
But she didn't live up to her end of the bargain. Can he now say, you have to pay me the full freight?
No, just friends and family.
Just friends and family?
Just friends and family.
Even though she didn't live up to her end, huh?
The contract was.
Oh, God, I think this is more than I bargained for.
The contract was, it's verbal. You have to honor it.
Okay, go inside the courtroom.
The last thing he said was he didn't know why the furnaces were not operating properly.
Well, look, we do know that the furnaces were not operating properly because she bought 2 new furnaces. Let me see your bills of when you bought the 2 new furnaces. It's not until February that you buy new hot water heater, new steam boiler. What's the difference between a steam boiler and a furnace?
Steam boiler is identical. A furnace is a steam boiler.
Okay, that's why I'm from Florida. You got to be patient with me. All right. So you don't, if his bills are in December, his visits are in December. So looking at the fact that your bill for a new hot water heater is maybe 2 months after the repairs, I'm kind of not understanding why you would think it would be appropriate not to pay. I mean, I understand why you might say, you know what, I'm never going to use them again because I'm not happy, but why would it be appropriate for you to agree to pay something and then not pay it? You know, he replaced numerous things, and we know he replaced numerous things on there. Was he supposed to pay for it out of his pocket? I mean, why is that fair? You know, it kept it working, and your tenants, this is a rental place, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. I mean, how, you know, we know when we have a 25-year-old furnace that, you know, at some point you decide to replace it because the repairs are going to be so much. You know that the repairs are going to be, you know, they're just going to start piling up. So why would it be fair for you to call somebody, ask them to come out and do a repair, and then not pay them?
Well, I didn't have a problem with paying him if
well, you
the
did
services
because you didn't pay him. And
no, I didn't pay him, but because it wasn't operating correctly.
Yeah, I'm
that's
going to
why.
order you to pay the remaining, not what he's asking for. He wants to change the price on you because he's mad at you. But the $510, which is what was remaining on the original bill, correct? It was $510?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to order you to go ahead and pay the remaining $510 for the plaintiff.
So the defendant is ordered to pay the plaintiff $510. You got to pay up, you know?
I understand, yes.
Aren't you sorry you didn't pay him before?
No, I'm not.
Obviously, you're
I'm
not. Are you? Not at all.
No, but the problem
All
is
right.
still there.
Thank you very much. You got to pay. All right, Mr. Williams, come on out here. I know, it's taken some time for you to go to court and all of that, but you're finally going to get some money back.
Well, the main thing was the principal. Hey, no communication.
Yeah.
And no anything. And hey, you owe me.
Just ignored you, huh?
Totally ignored me. That's what got to me.
All right. Well, I don't blame you. That's what you should do. You did the right thing. Thank you very much. Okay? Doesn't pay to ignore.
Okay, well, look, all these guys are right. His deal was the friends and family discount. You can't go back in the deal, change it if the person doesn't pay. They went in with that figure and they come out with that figure.